There is a pricing decision that most people building an income get wrong in exactly the same way. And it costs them more than they realize. Not because they charge too much, because they charge too little. The instinct to price low feels completely reasonable. You are new. You do not have reviews yet. You are not sure if people will buy. You want to remove as much friction as possible. So you price at $9 or $7 or sometimes free just to get some traction. Here is what happens. Either nobody buys because a $7 price signals that the product is not particularly valuable, or people buy but they do not use it because something priced at $7 does not create the psychological commitment that drives actual use. And when people do not use it, they do not get results. And when they do not get results, they do not leave reviews. They do not tell anyone about it. And you are left wondering why the income is not building. Before we get into specific numbers, it is worth understanding what price actually communicates. Price is not just about revenue, price is a signal. It tells your buyer several things before they read a single word of your product. It tells them how seriously you take your own work. It tells them how much effort went into what they are buying. It tells them whether the outcome is worth their attention. A $7 product says, "This is a small, casual thing." A $27 product says, "This is a structured resource worth your time." A $47 product says, "This is a serious tool that solves a real problem." None of those signals are about the actual content. They are about the frame around it. And for adults over 40 who are your buyers, the frame matters enormously. Your audience is not looking for cheap content. They are looking for reliable, trustworthy solutions to problems that matter to them financially. A low price does not attract them. It makes them wonder what is wrong with it. The first pricing mistake is pricing based on length. People say things like, "It is only 20 pages, I cannot charge more than $15. But length is the wrong variable. Think about the last time you paid a professional for advice. A doctor, an accountant, a lawyer. You did not pay them per page. You paid them for the outcome their knowledge produced. A 15-page guide that saves someone 10 hours of confusion and research is worth significantly more than a 200-page textbook that takes 3 months to finish. Price based on outcome, not on length. Ask yourself, if someone uses this product and gets the result it promises, what is that result worth to them? If it saves 5 hours per week, that is time worth real money. If it helps them avoid a costly mistake, that is money saved directly. The second pricing mistake is pricing to remove objections. People think, if I price it at $9, nobody can say it is too expensive. The problem with this logic is that it assumes the price objection is the main barrier to purchase. Usually it is not. The main barrier to purchase is whether the person trusts that you can solve their problem, whether they believe the solution actually works, and whether this is specific enough for their specific situation. A $9 price does not address any of those objections. It just signals low confidence in your own work, which creates a different objection entirely. If they are only charging $9 for this, is it actually any good? The third pricing mistake is not raising prices as the product improves. Many people launch at a low price and never raise it. Even after adding better examples. Even after getting positive feedback. Even after the product demonstrably helps people. The product improves but the price stays at $9 because raising it feels uncomfortable. Your price should be a living reflection of your product's value. As the product gets better, the price should reflect that. Starting at $19 and raising to $27 after 10 sales is entirely reasonable. Raising to $37 after 25 sales is reasonable. Buyers who purchased at the earlier price feel like they got a deal. New buyers pay the current price. And your revenue per sale increases without requiring more sales. Here is a simple 4-step framework for pricing your first product. Step 1. Define the outcome clearly. What specific result does someone get from using this product? Be as concrete as possible. Hours saved, decisions made, mistakes avoided, income generated. Step 2. Estimate the value of that outcome. If someone saves 5 hours per week using your system, and their time is worth $30 per hour in their business. That is $150 per week in value. Step 3. Price at 10 to 20% of the value you deliver. Your product at $27 represents less than 1 hour of that $150 weekly value. That is not expensive. That is a significant return on a small investment. Step 4. Test and observe. Launch at your considered price. Watch the conversion rate. If 5% or more of the people who see your product page purchase, your price is well calibrated or could even go higher. If under 1% purchase, it is more likely a trust or clarity problem than a price problem. Dropping the price when conversions are low is almost always the wrong lever to pull. Let us look at a concrete example. A structured guide on reducing customer churn for small service businesses. The outcome: helping a business owner understand why customers leave and implement 2 or 3 specific changes that reduce early cancellations. The value: if a business retains 1 additional customer per month who would otherwise have left, and that customer is worth $200 per month in revenue. The guide pays for itself in the first month. Reasonable price range: $29 to $47. At $29, accessible and credible. At $37, slightly higher perceived quality. At $47, requires stronger trust but signals serious value. Any of these work. $7 does not. Pricing your first AI product is not about maximizing revenue. It is about accurately reflecting the value you provide in a number that your buyer can trust. To low end, you undercut the signal that your work is worth taking seriously. To high, before trust is built, and you create a barrier that content alone cannot overcome. The right price for most first digital products built for adults over 40 solving specific professional or financial problems is somewhere between $19 and $47. Start at the lower end of that range if you are uncertain. Raise it as the product improves and feedback confirms it works. And never let the discomfort of charging for your work lead you to price it in a way that signals it is not worth much. Because it is. If you are building your first digital product and want a step-by-step process for structuring, pricing, and launching it, the AI Workflow Product System walks you through exactly that, including the pricing framework covered in this video alongside the full build and launch process. The link is in the description. And if you want to understand the financial context your product is being built to address, run your numbers in the free AI Catch-Up Calculator. Also in the description. Let us also address the emotional side of pricing that most business advice ignores entirely. For most adults over 40 who are building income from their professional knowledge for the first time, charging money for that knowledge feels fundamentally different from how charging felt in a traditional job context. In a job, your value was determined by a salary negotiation that happened before you started working. You did not have to actively request payment for each individual thing you did. The exchange was agreed upon in advance and happened automatically. Pricing a digital product requires you to actively assign a specific dollar value to your knowledge, to put it in front of strangers, and to ask them to pay that amount. That is a different psychological experience entirely. And the discomfort it generates often drives people to price low as a way of minimizing the exposure. A low price feels like it lowers the stakes. If someone does not buy, the rejection feels less significant at $9 than at $37. But this logic backfires. A low price does not reduce the emotional exposure of putting your work in front of people. It just ensures that the people who do buy do not take the purchase seriously. And it signals to the buyer that you do not take your own work seriously either. The more useful reframe is this: the price you set is not a statement about your confidence as a person. It is a business decision about the value you deliver relative to what your specific audience will recognize as a fair exchange. Think about it from the buyer's perspective rather than your own emotional perspective. If your product helps a small business owner avoid 1 hour of wasted effort per week, that is 4 hours per month. If their time is worth $40 per hour, that is $160 per month in recovered value. Your product priced at $29 represents less than 2 hours of that recovered value. That is not an aggressive price. That is a conservative one. The buyer who understands that math is not going to hesitate at $29. Set the price based on the buyer's perspective and the value they receive, not based on your internal discomfort with the act of charging. The discomfort gets easier with each product you launch and each sale that confirms the price was right.